Welcome to this Alaska Land Mobile Radio training presentation on the ALMR funding model. The funding model for the ALMR system reflects its cooperative organization. ALMR is made up of federal, state, local, including NGOs, Department of Defense, and private sector organizations that provide public safety functions within the state of Alaska. The funding model reflects differing contributions from each of these agencies based on an established funding formula. Although some changes have been made to the system since it was put into place, the funding model remains largely the same from when the system became operational in the early 2000s. As a reminder, the governance structure of the ALMR system consists of several different bodies and offices. The ALMR User Council is made up of representatives from various user groups throughout the system and provide daily direction and policy decisions for the operation of the system. The ALMR Executive Council is a high-level body made up of representatives from those agencies that originally formed the ALMR Cooperative Agreement and provides high-level strategic direction for the User Council and the Operation and System Management Offices. The Alaska Public Safety Communications Services is a division within the Department of Public Safety and maintains the State of Alaska telecommunications system, as well as manages the daily contracts for the System Management Office and Operations Management Offices. The System Management Office is operated under contract and provides technical support, preventative maintenance, and other technical functions of the system. The Operations Management Office is responsible for policy and procedure direction, support to the ALMR User and Executive Councils, and other deliverables related to the governance of the system. This organization chart provides a visual depiction of the operation and maintenance as well as the governance structures of the system that we just discussed. Please also note on this slide several additional parties, including the Alaska Municipal League, which was one of the founding members of the ALMR system and represents local governments and local officials, as well as the Municipality of Anchorage. The Municipality of Anchorage maintains a separate zone on the ALMR system. That zone is managed and funded directly by the Municipality of Anchorage and is not included in the formulas we'll be discussing today. The Executive and User Councils, as well as the Alaska Public Safety Communication Systems Manager, manages the operations and system contracts, which include such tasks such as security, technical support, preventative maintenance, and other vital system duties. Annual ongoing maintenance and operation funding is generally contributed by three different bodies. The Department of Defense contributes to a portion of the System Management and Operation Management Office contracts by remitting those funds to the state of Alaska, who's the contract administrator. The Department of Defense funding is calculated based on total system costs and on a formula based on the amount of radio frequency sites that they own and maintain in the system. The state of Alaska contributes the bulk of funding to these contracts on behalf of all state agencies and also on behalf of all local users in the system. Federal users that are not DoD agencies are the only users that pay a separate fee towards the system. This fee is based on their airtime usage in the previous calendar year. Generally, funding from federal users makes up a small portion of the total budget. In the current fiscal year, the budget for the system from all agencies is approximately $8.5 million. Federal users paid approximately $188,000 of that. A major source of support for the Alaska Land Mobile Radio System goes beyond direct funding from the state of Alaska. The Alaska Public Safety Communications Services manages the SMO and OMO contracts and also administers the financial transactions between the state of Alaska, Department of Defense, federal non-DoD agencies, and other necessary financial issues. Beyond funding, the APSCS maintains the backbone network that enables ALMR to communicate. This network, known as the State of Alaska Telecommunications System, or SATS, is made up of microwave and circuit connections throughout the state of Alaska that connect the various radio frequency sites together to the main master sites located in Anchorage and Fairbanks. In addition to these connections, all maintenance and upgrades performed on physical plant items at the radio frequency sites is under the jurisdiction of the state of Alaska and is outside the ALMR operating contracts. This is a tremendous task that includes maintaining items such as the physical towers, equipment shelters, power systems such as generators and backup battery banks, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems, tower lighting, physical access, and many more items. This expenditure is part of the state normal operating budget for the APSCS division under the Department of Public Safety and is not included in the figures we're discussing today. As we previously discussed, the Department of Defense and federal non-Department of Defense agencies pay direct contributions to the operation and maintenance of the system. In a unique arrangement, local, private sector, and NGO agencies throughout the state that are members of ALMR do not pay any costs directly to maintain or upgrade the system. These costs, via the Department of Public Safety budget, pays all costs on behalf of local government and private sector agencies that use the system. These costs are reflected in the annual membership agreement and are calculated based on a formula which includes airtime usage for all members. Agencies, in lieu of being responsible for paying into the ALMR system, are responsible for procuring, maintaining, and programming their own subscriber units, their own radios. These radios must be approved for use on the system, and all agencies are responsible to ensure that those radios and other equipment that are connected to the system are on the approved equipment list and are maintained in good order. A separate process occurs when the ALMR system requires significant upgrades or improvements. In a way similar to annual operations, the State of Alaska and Department of Defense jointly contribute to these upgrades based on established formulas. These formulas are based on the amount of RF sites owned by each agency and entity. In addition, the municipality of Anchorage must also contribute to upgrades and improvements in their system or their zone, which is part of the ALMR system. Because the ALMR system is essentially one master system with many different users using it, it requires all three main entities, the State, Department of Defense, and Municipality of Anchorage, to coordinate and agree on upgrade strategy, timing, and other tasks. For the State of Alaska, these upgrades are generally subject to capital budget appropriation from the state legislature. Upgrades to the system are necessary periodically in order to maintain compliance with Department of Defense IT security regulations, which generally require the system to operate on a fairly current operation or operation upgrade level or operation software level. In addition, to allow us to take advantage of new technologies or to keep equipment replaced per their life cycle by the manufacturer, generally the ALMR system goes through periodic upgrades. These upgrades happen, on average, perhaps every 4 or 5 years. Remember that the State of Alaska and DOT separately fund maintenance items at their sites that do not include core ALMR infrastructure. These appropriations are separate from the main upgrade processes that take place. However, oftentimes they must take place in parallel, as equipment and software releases must generally be upgraded and changed at the same time. The financial impact of these items generally requires several maintenance contracts and several project plans to be executed in parallel. If you have further questions on the funding model used for the ALMR system, or questions about your specific allocation, please don't hesitate to contact the ALMR Operations Management Office.